In the wake of his arrest, public controversies, and struggles in the spotlight, there are a lot of rumors about what Morgan Wallen is really like behind the scenes. And now we have another country star, none other than Eric Church, here to answer that question. Eric Church is setting the record straight on Morgan Wallen. Now, it's no secret that Morgan is one of the most polarizing and biggest names in all of music right now. But he's also had his fair share of controversies, and a lot of them have been his own doing. That's earned him a lot of critics along the way. Of course, there was the slur incident a few years back, and more recently, he was arrested for throwing a chair off the rooftop of Eric Church's own bar in downtown Nashville, Chiefs. It's gotten to the point where every single move he makes, he's under a microscope, and he doesn't get the benefit of the doubt very often these days. But Eric Church says he knows the real Morgan Wallen, and he's pushing back against the idea that Wallen is some out-of-control party animal. These two are more than just tour mates. They've become very close friends and even business partners, having bought the Field & Stream brand together. Now, in a recent interview, Church talked about why he respects Wallen, and it comes down to his honesty about his own mistakes. Church said, "I have a lot of acquaintances in the industry. I don't have a lot of people that are friends. And what I've always loved about Morgan, and I could say the same thing about Jelly Roll, is their unabashed honesty about their flaws and their humanity. When he screws up, sometimes just even privately, he owns it. There's that vulnerability of, I'm flawed and I'm sorry and I screwed up. There's something about that is wholesome." He went on to contrast that with others in the business, saying, "I think we hide so much, especially being in the commercial music business, show business. You try to fabricate what you are. And most of these people that I know that fabricate that aren't that. But that's what their story is. And the whole time, they're trying to sell the public that this is who I am." After getting to know him, Church is convinced of Wallen's true character. He said, "I say this to everyone. I know the guy. And once you know the guy, it's a lot easier to be able to know the heart of the guy and to know where his moral compass is. And he's got a great one." Now, Church also sympathizes with what Wallen is going through, dealing with a massive level of fame at a young age. He remembers his own rise, noting it was nowhere near the way it took off for him, and acknowledges that that's a really, really weird time. It can be really hard to deal with. But then Church gave what might be the highest praise you could give someone. He said, "We talked a lot of that, and the shortest answer is, I would trust him with my kids." Now, for some people, this won't change a thing. They've clearly made up their own minds about Morgan Wallen because of his past actions, or maybe they just don't like the music. But it's one thing to hear from critics online, and another to hear from someone like Eric Church, who actually knows the man behind the headlines. So, what do you think? Does Eric Church's defense of Wallen change your opinion of him at all? Let me know down in the comments.